is your host, Holly, and it's time for a little teaser talk.
Rock hard and party harder with Hollie Nicole of Teaser Talk at ShipRocked. Cruise the Caribbean January 19th to 25th from Miami to St. Thomas and Half Moon Cay. This year's floating festival includes performances by Parkway Drive, Hollywood Undead, Nothing More, The Struts, Atreyu, Buck Cherry, and P.O.D. among others. Unique performances from the Stowaways will feature artists like Chad Knightsfield of Wilson, Damien and Gabe Aranda of Aranda, and Danny Case from Ashes to New, and many others. Just a few cabins remain available. Go to ShipRocked.com to book and use promo code TeaserTalk to get a $100 credit to use on board.
Hey everyone, what is up? I am so excited about today's topic of what we'll be chatting about. If you guys haven't heard, we announced last week, I believe, that Teaser Talk will be doing media coverage on board of the 6-day floating music festival known as ShipRocked. So it's January of 2025. We will be sailing from Miami to St. Thomas to Bahamas and then back to Miami. So I'm so stoked because this is actually a music festival that I've been wanting to not only just cover, obviously, but attend for quite some time. And now, 2025 Teaser Talk is going to come on board and be recording, documenting, and maybe not all of it, but some of the shenanigans that we will be partaking on ship. And today's guest on the podcast, I'm super excited about because this is going to be his 6th time on board. So you guys, that should tell you something if someone goes 6 years to a music festival and will not miss another one. Welcome to Teaser Talk. Swiggy, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I am excited, thrilled, somewhat sleepy, but mostly thrilled.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. You'll love it.
I can't wait. So let's just kick it off because for me personally, I haven't been on ShipRocked before. I mean, obviously I've seen year after year and I have had FOMO just because of all the amazing bands and the fan experience. Let's kick it off with a question that I have. What should I expect come January 19th?
Expect the unexpected, especially on this boat, which is kind of cliche, but what makes this a unique festival on a boat, because a lot of people have been to festivals, and they're all kind of the same. This is unique because it's limited to, I forget how many. The boat is almost sold out, so it's you and 2,000 of your friends, and so you never know what you're going to expect. Unique performances from bands that haven't seen each other in a while and may collab, so that's pretty cool. And then also like the size of shows, because there's some shows where it's literally just a couple hundred people. Then you've got on the deck where it's pretty much everybody's there to see the main headliners and stuff like that. So expect the unexpected on something like this.
Beautiful. I'm going to make sure to bring my oh shit kit just in case if I need some extra Tylenol, or for all of us, I'm not talking about you, but for me specifically, all of us elders out there that are rocking, we might need to pack that ibuprofen.
Definitely do it, because it's, especially with this one being a 6-day, you're pretty much partying. Everybody's partying for almost a week straight. So expect the unexpected, but come prepared and don't overdo it, because a lot of people will, especially like my first year. This is my 6th year in a row, as we said, but there's people that's came every year. I've got friends that I've met on the boat that have gone every single year that are lifers on there. So like, it's just a unique experience, but don't overwhelm yourself, because you'll see whenever the lineup comes out, there's a lot of shit going on. But you see it, everybody plays at least twice. So you'll be able to see your favorite band or whoever, even if it contradicts the first time, you can always try and see them the second time. So that's what's cool about it.
Yeah. Very cool. So, I've been on one cruise before. It wasn't a music festival. It was just like a princess cruise or whatever. And honestly, I'll say this, like, I loved the idea and I loved getting to experience multiple destinations in one trip. That was great. But with the princess cruise that I was on, it was like, I swear, I felt like it was like a senior citizen cruise. Like at 9 p.m., it was like lights out. It was dead. Nothing was going on. And that was kind of like my only negative feedback I had was like, man, this is kind of boring. Like clearly, like, I'm way too young to be aboard this ship. So if you have you been on a cruise before other than ShipRocked?
I have not.
Okay.
So I never
I was
really.
just curious how that like would like compare.
I've talked to friends that do
Mhm.
have done regular cruises before and
Yeah.
compared it to this that have been on this. Two totally different things. Regular cruise, you got time to sit around
Yeah.
at the pool on the main deck and all that. There's no pool on the main deck. It's all covered up. There's a stage there now.
Oh my
So
gosh. So there's no
for
pool. Okay, that's cool to know.
in the
Um,
back area, there's pool to hang out and
yeah.
stuff like that. But as for like the main pool on the
Mhm.
main deck, that's covered up. Stage is there. That's where the main stage is at. For me, I don't think I would like a regular cruise because I like to have stuff to do. Even though on regular cruises there's stuff to do, this one, it's more geared towards me. Regular
Yeah.
cruise isn't really geared towards something that I look for. But this one, there's just stuff going on all the time. You said after 9 o'clock, stuff just kind of closes down on a regular ship. Not this one. We're still going. After the main deck gets done around midnight, go to the casino. That's where the parties are at. You've got karaoke. You never know who's going to pop up on karaoke and
Oh my
sing.
gosh.
You've had Heidi from the Butcher Babies pop up there. You never know what band member might come there just to have fun because
Yeah.
they're on their vacation also. Yeah, they're working, but they're also on vacation too. So that's what's cool about this is they get to relax and have fun, but also perform for their fans.
Yeah, well, I'm so excited, and I agree with you. I think it's going to be a lot better and more better experience than I had previously. But there's so much going on. So give me kind of the skinny because I know that there's theme nights. So there's like a glow theme night, Shiprock Mania, which is kind of like the wrestling theme. There's prom night, so I'll finally get to redo prom for me. I'm excited about that. There's Yacht Rocked, Totally Tubular, Sunset Ship, which is kind of like the big hair 80s like elastic wonders of spandex era. So each one of these nights, do people go full out or like how should I prepare for these theme nights?
There's people that go full blown for it
Yeah.
that literally bring suitcases of just theme night stuff that go all out for it. Well, they plan it right as soon as it gets announced. They're planning it, making stuff and all that. And there's also people kind of like me that doesn't take it or leave. It's
Yeah.
cool to do it, but also you don't have to do it.
Mhm.
So, but no one will make fun of you for doing it or for not doing it. We're
Either
all just one
way.
happy family there, and we're there to have fun. And a lot of people love the dressing up part of it, so that's what's cool about it. And you never know what you're going to see.
Mhm. I'm super excited. And, I have a couple of friends that are performing there. So super stoked to see, POD. I interviewed them last year at Rocklahoma. And then, Chad, who was with Wilson, RIP Wilson Band. I'm super excited. I'm actually going to have a podcast recording with him too and talking about it. And I'm excited to hang out with him. And then Damien and Gabe Aranda. I'm super excited to see them. They're part of the and this is one thing I want to talk about too, the part of the stowaways. So that kind of evolved from my understanding, like the first Shiprocked. And it's just now it's like a required, like not required, but it's kind of almost like a necessity every year for them to do that. What does the stowaways entail?
So the stowaways, from what I've learned over the 6 years that I've done it, like I said, Shiprock's been going on a lot longer than that, but um, it's pretty much a super group of artists that the bands may not have been able to go on there, but one of the artists could.
Mm-hmm.
So they may not be able to get the whole band, but they got 8 artists. Like we've had Chad Gray on there from Mudvayne and Hell Yeah. He's usually always on there, and you never know what's going to happen. There's years where they've had a Eddie Van Halen whenever he passed away. Not long after that, they did tributes and stuff like that. For Vinnie Paul, they did a tribute. You never know what you're going to see on the stowaways, and that is a cannot miss because usually that's right after report day,
Yeah.
and everybody is there for that, and it's just friends getting up there and having fun and just jamming essentially is what it is. So it's a really cool experience.
I love it. What's one thing that you make sure you pack every year when you travel to Shiprocked?
Extra socks.
There's okay. That was
So
surprising
much.
one. I would have never guessed socks. So I'm going to make a note of that.
Well, you're just doing so much. It's hot, it's cold. You never know what you're going to need. So always come prepared because there's one of my favorite memories is in the Lamb of God's playing close to their end of their set. It just comes a torrential downpour and they're playing Redneck. So that was like the most religious experience that I've ever had of, oh my God, this is the metal gods baptizing us in the middle of the ocean. And you look over and you just see the Butcher Babies sitting there in the middle of the pit not technically supposed to mosh on ShipRocked and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just sitting there jamming, having fun.
Mhm.
So that's what's cool about it, is experiences like that. So come prepared, because you never know if you're going to get hot, cold, drenched in sweat, drenched in a random pop-up shower in the middle of the ocean, or what.
I love it. Okay, so last question for you is, for someone who's thinking about going to ShipRocked, but they're kind of hesitating, what would you say to that person?
Do it. This is how I like to explain it is, this is the closest to a all access pass per se
Mhm.
that a normal fan that goes to festivals and stuff like that will have, because you can literally hang out technically backstage behind the uh, stage and all that, and just experience it from there. You can experience it from afar, behind, and stuff like that. And there's your favorite artists are on the boat. As long as they're not with their family, just gauge on the situation.
Yeah.
You can go up to them and talk to them, take a picture, just chat with them and all that. So that's super cool. Um, and it's only limited to like a couple thousand people.
Mhm.
So most festivals, you're looking at DWPs or anything like that, you're looking at 20, 30,000 people a day there.
Yeah.
That's
That-
one, maybe 2 to 3,000. So it's unique, and you're getting to do it at exotic locations that you may not have ever been able to go to.
My favorite place on the planet that I have traveled, destination wise, I've traveled to is St. Thomas. And the craziest thing is like a month or two before we got approved for media, I was having a conversation with my friend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go back to St. Thomas because it's been a good 5 years since I've been to St. Thomas. And then lo and behold, this is it. Not only do I get to go to my favorite place on the planet, but I also get to spend like 6 days with my favorite type of people, festival goers. So yeah, I'm super excited. And I was reading some up online too, because I'm of course researching it and looking at it because I want to tell everybody about it. And I was reading some reviews, and one review, or like on Reddit. I went down the Reddit rabbit hole. You guys know how that is. But one guy was like talking about how cool it was, because he's like, yeah, I was literally in the gym, and you have Body Snatcher right next to you, like members of Body Snatcher, like lifting weights with you and doing something. Because at the end of the day, they are on the same ship. They're not gonna say trapped, but they're trapped with us.
Yeah.
And it's just like you said. It's like it's the ultimate VIP experience. Like, you wouldn't be able to buy your way into an experience at a quote unquote normal music festival with that kind of access, but that also kind of that experience.
True. Very, very true.
Well, very cool, Swiggy. Thank you so much for taking time, and I can't wait to see you in, oh my gosh, we're looking at less than 60 days, I
It's
believe.
going to be awesome. And if anybody has any questions or anything like that, they can join the ShipRocked Family Forum on Facebook. That's the best place to go for questions, or even just contact Ask4. They're the best people in the world. They'll talk to you, guide you the best direction, and all that stuff. So those are the best routes to go for if you have questions or anything like that on anything.
Awesome. And for listeners who are tuning in and they're avid festival goers just like you, and they want to kind of be behind the scenes, because I see you on Instagram and you post a lot of concerts. You're at a lot of shows. For listeners tuning in, where can they go to find you and follow you on all the shenanigans and music festivals that you go to?
Swiggie on Instagram is my main one.
Love it. Awesome, guys. So make sure you guys follow Swiggy. Make sure, if you guys haven't book your cabin, book your ShipRocked room, and come join us for 6 days. We're going to party hard and we're going to rock hard. And if you guys haven't booked yet, you guys can use the teaser code. Let me try this again. You guys can use the promo code Teaser Talk, and that's capitals T's on each word. And that will give you $100 credit to use on board. So if you're, purchasing something from the gift shop or whatever it is, you'll have that money available. And then also too, a cool thing that wanted to note is it also includes food and stuff too. So that's super rad. I know a lot of people were like, oh, that's kind of expensive. And I was thinking, you know what? I spent probably more than that when I went to Welcome to Rockville. And, you gotta think airfare, of course, I'm having to do it this time too, but airfare, then you have to do a hotel, then you have to do like either rental cars or Ubers and food. So you guys do the math. It is not that expensive. It's a once in a lifetime experience that happens every year. So join us, and we can't wait to see you. Thanks so much, Swiggy. I really appreciate you.
Of course, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.